Having clear goals, let alone having a great vision, is not as easy as some people make it out to be. By the end of this video, you'll learn a powerful framework to systematically find out your vision and become that ideal person. If you are an aspiring game changer and into personal development, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified whenever I post a video. Hi, my name is Hamzah, and today I'm very excited to share this powerful framework that helped me find my vision and also get very clear on my life goals. Because for a long time I was completely clueless on how to use my potential. And I wish I had discovered these methods and techniques way earlier, because this was a very profound step in my journey. And make sure you stick around until the end of this video. So the first step to finding your vision is to actually know what you really want. And I know this question is very hard to answer, but it is a fundamental question if we are interested in creating our own dream life. Now, what do you want? Ask yourself this question. And I recommend you to choose a quiet space where you are uninterrupted and just let your mind wander and think about the things that you actually want without any limitations. Where do you want to be in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? Answer those questions. Write down all the things that you want, the places where you want to live, everything, without any limitation. Just dream and allow yourself to go into those places in your mind and imagination. The next question is, what kind of people do you want to be surrounded with? Now you should have a rough list with the things that you actually want. But it might be very difficult for you to believe that you can achieve those results. Now this is where the identity comes to place. In the first step, we have been imagining our dream life, having some ideas, some pictures in our mind, and now we get a little bit more pragmatic, the identity. And the identity is the person that you need to be in order to achieve those results. And this is a fundamental step, because otherwise we have a very hard time in achieving those results that we want. So to give you an example, let's say you want to be a motivational speaker. A motivational speaker that is traveling around the world, inspiring thousands of people and walking on stages and living this epic life and helping people and doing good for himself too. Now let's say Tony Robbins is a person like that, and you are inspired by Tony Robbins. You have this dream. This is your vision. Now the identity. Which person do you need to become in order to achieve those results? And the identity is very fundamental. The identity is dictating a large part of our results, okay? Now what you can do is, you have identified your dream. Let's say you see Tony Robbins and you study Tony Robbins or other people that are in this space that you are inspired by, and see what is their identity. How do they behave? How do they think? I'm not saying to copy Tony Robbins or Jay Shetty and all those influential coaches. I'm saying that you look for ways of their being that you can integrate to your own identity. Because there are certain habits and ways of thinking that will help you achieve those results. Because we have to be this person first, mentally, in order to do the actions that will over time compound and get us those results. Okay? So observe and make some research, see how they talk to other people. Like, what are their beliefs? Now this was in a nutshell the identity. In the third step we have the values, and the values are also incremental in creating and finding your own vision, right? If we don't have clear values, chances are that we wander around and adopt other values of people, and we will orient ourselves from that perspective. And this is not what we are interested in if you're watching this video, okay? Now, what are your top 3 values, okay? What are your values? The values are your compass. Now let's continue with our case here. We have the vision of becoming a transformational, motivational speaker. Now we have identified our identity. Which person do we need to become? Now we have our top 3 values, and the values should of course support that vision, okay? Because what happens is sometimes we value things, we have things on our highest priorities that are actually contradicting our vision and aspirations. And this is why we often don't get the results. If we value like focus, growth, these are just some examples, but if you focus value, growth, learning, contribution, then this will support your vision. But if we value, like let's say fun, there is no problem to value fun. We all get to have that, right? But if fun is your highest value, and let's say traveling and partying and just in general having fun as our highest value, then we don't get results, that's for sure. Now just make sure you identify supporting values in order to move in that direction. Now the fourth step are our beliefs, okay? So when we have this vision, there will be a lot of beliefs that have to be changed in order to move to that direction, okay? And again, here we can look for the people that are in this space and crushing it. What do they actually believe? How are their beliefs about failure or in general having hard times? What do they believe about learning, about wealth? What are their mindsets? How do they see the world? Do they believe they can achieve anything if they work accordingly? Those beliefs are very powerful, and it's very important that we also change and challenge our beliefs, okay? Because there is a saying, beliefs create our reality. And I believe this is true, okay? Identify 2 to 3 beliefs that you need now to adopt that will empower you and support this whole vision. And by the way, let me know in the comment section below if you're ready and excited to create your own vision in 2021. Okay, so the next step are the skills. And before we have been doing this mindset and the internal part, this is the core. Now we get into reality, let's say, and the skills. Which skills do you actually need to develop in order to have this vision? Again, we can take our example here of becoming a motivational, transformational speaker. Now, public speaking, communication, the ability to motivate and inspire people, maybe some business skills. And here you can do some research, and this is a very easy step because after you have done all those things, it's very easy to identify which skills that you need to develop. And you get also more excited about those skills, even if they are hard to develop, because you know where you are going. Now in step number 5, we have the habits. And the habits are also very important, because we humans are habitual beings. And if we install the right habits for our vision, then a lot of things will get easier, and especially if we want long-term results, okay? Because a vision is more than 5-10 years. So we have here our vision of becoming this motivational speaker. And which habits do we need to develop? Ask yourself this question. Probably we have to read more now if you really want to go to that level. Probably some adjustments to your health. Probably release some old habits that are not serving you anymore, like partying too much or drinking alcohol or any addictive stuff, okay? And yeah, this is how it works. So now you know how to find your vision, but do you actually know how to defeat that inner critic, that voice that says, you're not worthy of this? Or who are you to achieve those things? For that reason, I created a step-by-step process that you can grab for free in the description box below. It's a free game plan that will help you transform your limiting beliefs and all the stories that will come up on this journey. If you want to join a community of aspiring game changers that are into personal development, I am growing a Facebook group. You can also join with the link in the description box below. Hope you got some value out of this video. Leave me a like, comment below what your biggest takeaway was, and share it with a fellow game changer in your community that could benefit from this video. I'm looking forward to seeing your feedback and also replying to your comments. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.